Hi, this is David. Yesterday we spent some time building this application, tic-tac-toe, because it's already 9:20, nearly 9:20. So I'm gonna spend 1 hour to study the gesture system. By the way, what is the gesture system? Because there are not only the touch event in the mobile phone, there also the scroll, zoom in, zoom out, something like that. So to handle those kind of gesture, in React Native there is a gesture responder system. I know nothing about it now, so I will I will try. I will spend some time on it and share what I learned with you. What does this documentation tell us? This two paragraph is telling us that the gesture in mobile devices is much complicated than the web. So that's how they implemented the gesture system, and there are some practice. So you should display some response when user interact with the device, and that's how the React Native team did the touchable highlight and touchable like native feedback by using the gesture response system internally. So what's the method they provided? There are two methods like switch. If you switch, if you return to true here, you allow the view to give response to the gesture. So which means they can allow you using those methods. Those methods are listed here, and we can test it later. So you can say they all provide an event object. What we can find it in the event object, we can have those fields. And there are another switches is related to the event bubble. So for now, we are just trying to use one component to handle the gesture. So we, I think for a long time, maybe a month, we're not going to use those two switches. So I'm not going to deep into this two method. So let's take a look of those methods. I already tried something. So as the document said, I returns to true to those two switches. So for the other event, let me just return the name of those events, right? And now if I touch, it will set response ground. Ground means I started the touch, and there is a release, means I ended the touch. But if I hold on my button and remove, the response remove is being called. But so we just called this one grant, release, and move. But there are still three methods we didn't call. I think those three methods are being used when there are not only there are more than one component that can handle the gestures. So I think for a simple application, we are just using those three gesture methods, which is grant, release, and move. For a more complicated one, I think we can deep into those one later. So let me just keep the three most important one. Sorry, so we actually remove it in the property as well. So we don't need the terminate request, terminate, and reject. right? Let me go to this. Go to our emulator again. Now, you may find that we call the move too much, so I can set a counter. It should be net counter, and counter equals to 0. And if counter plus itself plus if counter 81 can be divided by 5, so only output the message 5 times. Each 5 times. It still looks like too much. Now let me see turn. Okay, so now I can output the event here. Event dot native event. I can get the information of the touch event here, which is provided in the documentation, the same stuff. So I do not need take a look out of the documentation. So the page Y indicates the position that I touched. If I go to the top, they will become nearly to 0. If I go to the bottom, it will become nearly a larger value. The same to page X, I think. So there is a page X. So let me output the page X only. Yeah, that's it. You may find the number is spelled by go to this way. Right? This is page X and page Y. But as we know, on the mobile device, there can be kind of multiple touch like this. What will happen if we're using multiple touch? So in this object, we got 2 points. So in our application code to handle the multiple touch, they already provided us the information. We have to handle the code ourselves. So let me try to do something in the gesture response system. I want to know which direction I'm score to. If I go to this way, which means up, this way, left, this way, right, this way, down. So let's try to do it, right? So for do it, I don't need the move because I think I can go to the event in release. Let me see. Event native events and the grant also native events. And let me comment out this one. Let's check what will happen. Yeah, and I release. Okay. So I don't need the onResponse move. I just need those two method. So let me remove the onResponse move. Let me create a class, call it motion controller. And in the constructor, let me say this dot start point equals to x 0, y 0, y, and start move. I want to got the gesture object, and in the end move, I want to return the direction such as up. So let me say this dot motion controller equals to new motion controller. And in the onResponse grant, let me say this dot motion controller dot start move event dot let me think about that. Native event. I can got the native event from, let me think. I think I can got it from this way. Sorry, let me check whether this code works. Yeah, it works okay. So I can just send the native event here. So this dot start points equals to x. I can got the page x and page y. So u equals to page x and the y equals to page y, right? And for the end move, I can got the page x and page y too. So I can got the const x move range equals to I want to use get the range, so I should use BBS and this dot start point dot x minus page x. The same to the y move range, so it should be minus page y and y. Let me check x range and y range is correct. So what should I do now? I should call the end move. I should call the end move if I release the gesture. Cannot read the property of static move of undefined. something wrong with .end is sorry, not end, it's end move. Okay. All right. So let me say. Okay. If x move larger or equals to y move range, if bigger than 0, let me say x never mind. Let me say if x range larger than y range, it means is either left or right. So if the start point is bigger than the end point, which means we are going to left. If not, right. I think if those two ranges are equal, it should be none. The seem to here. So let me say it means you are going to up, down. X move range is read only. Sorry. So now I can output the result. Something wrong with my development server. I see. I should restart my development server. It takes time now. During is compiling, let's take a look of the code again. I should remove those two lines. It's still compiling. Don't worry about that. Let me see. Okay. Up, down, left, right, none. Okay. So I should output the result. Let me say text equals to nothing. I should see just the text here. And text. is text defined? No, if not defined, return the default text. If it is defined, return the text. So now here I can say this dot set state text equals to res, right? Up, down, left, right, down, down, up. Okay, that's it. That's for today's daily sharing.